Alright, horrible way to begin. Could have done that and then unmuted. Hello everyone, my name is Kiwi Camera. Just play Minecraft. That's about it. Right, also I wanted to say, did finish it. Well, I haven't done the internals, but check this out, right? I didn't add the iron bars yet. Totally forgot about the fact I was supposed to. But that's fine, I guess. Maybe they'd look nice here. I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea how that would fit in all this. It was supposed to be for like more of the Windows areas. Yeah. Here we are with this. I don't know. This does look more complete with or without. The theme already is that it doesn't really have anything on. With any kind of like walls and all that. In a mode called survival, why is it that the difficulty has, completely gone down the drain as a result? You have creative mode for if you want to be creative. And survival mode if you want to be survival. So I was thinking about making a cityscape here, a really small little miniature cityscape. And it's very specifically right here, but basically, you know, in the background you'd see really tall buildings kind of in the background. I don't know if I'd be the funniest part is I don't know if you're ever gonna see that. I don't know where the angle would be. But yeah. What else? But yeah. There's gonna be a cityscape. I actually want to show all the different builds that I got. And I'm currently, well, no, I'm not currently working, but eventually I'll get back to it. No, I think I went the wrong way. Back around. I hope I didn't lose it though. Shouldn't have. I think my sense of direction is disoriented. Mainly because pillar thing. Let's see. So here I'm working on this place that's inspired by a real life location that used to be a thing. It's not supposed to be one-to-one, it's just inspired by it. Because the idea is I want to make a massive cube city thing where at the very bottom layer, which is right over here, you in fact cannot light from the upper part. I think that, yeah, it would extend all the way up here. That's how tall this thing is going to be. And I'm not going to be building some sort of superficial cube encasing. No, it's just going to be a bunch of different buildings layering on top of each other up until, you know, the farthest layer down is only being supported by the light of campfires. Yeah, that's that going on. Completely lost where I'm at. I'm odd oriented right now. I don't know why. Okay, so there's the built it to the left of it, so this way. No, where am I? Oh my god, horrible. Whatever. I needed to be. I needed to go back to 0 anyway. So, get this right. There's my house. There's the old house. Give a quick tour. Basically, this house was kind of being in the works for a while up until, you know, I really was in an urgent need to finish it for my resource pack to actually showcase it. So I decided, oh crap, now I actually gotta finish it. So I decided to quickly throw in a plan of what I wanted to do with the location, and I was half inspired by like some familiar locations, and so yeah, basically got this neat little semi-realistic what is it, architecture? I don't know. It's innards of this house. So we got that going. We got this lovely little area for what's it called? Smelting. Gonna have the little vent being out. But yeah, there's that. And the roof or the ceiling, no, the third floor is unfinished actually. It was, I think, supposed to be a little bit of disco up here. I'm not too sure, but also I don't know. There's multiple concepts because one of them was being armadillos up here because they're annoying anywhere else because they keep shedding. Whatever it would call an equivalent. There's Donkey. That's not his name. They have the armadillos here instead because they were really annoying. All the shading or shedding or whatever they do. I don't know where they are. I guess they're gone, so that's fine. Unless I accidentally killed them with a command, but I don't know. One of them is Rex. Yeah, that's. What's it called? Yeah, one of them is Rex. I don't know where he is. And there's like a few others. They're gone, I guess. I don't know. Hope they return. Over here, you got this weird little arc. Built it. I don't remember why. Over here, you got the big ol' cube perimeter. I don't think I finished it though. Here you have my office complex. And do I have them? So here we have the office building. Dubbed office building. And it's basically supposed to be a depressing location. That's it, you know? A place that doesn't really care about your well-being and all that jazz, so I didn't finish it yet. There's supposed to be some villagers, I think. What's it called? There's gonna be some cubicles here, but yeah, it's supposed to be very dimly lit, very not well maintained, and heck, the fire exit, you know, it's not the greatest thing. It doesn't even have a get out through the fire exit, so there's that. Every place, it's really cramped. Even got this weird wacky-tacky staircase. Not a good staircase, of course. Got the skywalks. I like the skywalks. But on the second floor, I think you can actually reach the yeah, this little area. There's outside intervals and even with some walk paths to show people who've walked, obviously. People. You even got this little small room. Classic. Realistically, someone probably would walk through there. Cranberry again. So yeah. And the idea was that I was going to... Let me just... Oh yeah, real quick. Changes the look a little bit. Let me actually go through it again. So yeah, there's that. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see this person who just said something. My apologies. Oh wait, no, it was just 1 minute ago. Yeah. Typing. Oh yeah, no. Back in high school, learned how to type faster. No, middle school. Very grateful to that. I realized, it's very nice to not peck on the keyboard. I always recommend everyone learn to properly type. Good. That being said, I don't think my typing speed is actually that good. I think it's like slightly below average actual speed. So the plan, though, beyond this office building, what's it called? Oh yeah, welcome to the stream. The plan for this place, though, man, it even looks like it's crying. Just a cherry on top. Didn't even mean for it. Is some sort of facility engraved into the wall, or not the wall, engraved into this little cliff. I think I already was starting the plan, but obviously didn't go anywhere with it yet. Still plan on working on it. But I was thinking of making a full-on town in this area, in this little hole thing. I don't know what you can call it. This little in-cave of an area. I don't know. It's this really isolated area. I think it would be really nice to just put like a whole town here. Probably made of wood and all that jazz. And I don't know, here, maybe here along this area, just all around maybe. Just have a bunch of different railways get into, and you can see the cube thing leading over here. There's also supposed to be, I just now realized what these little line here is. Like, forgot. This is little end point of the train or railway. So, the alternate way, and then you have the more official way, I guess. I don't know. But yeah. Oh, you know what? Since I'm here, I also like how it looks at nighttime going through the little railway here. So. And yeah. Yeah, it just looks nice. Up in. Thanks. So, why am I playing alone? It's just my creative world. Yeah, it's just my solo little creative world. And if my friends actually had PCs, I would love to introduce them to this world and actually have them add to it. Unfortunately, they don't. Because they've got other things to do, which is fair. Yeah, no, that's the explanation. So, yeah, no, it's just a little creative world, basically. Nothing else to really add to it, and yeah, that's Grand little tour. Oh wait, oh, I have a few things to show. Yeah, 2 more things. No, 3. Got 3 things. So that's the house. That's the original house. Gonna get boring? No, not really. I mean, it's more like a calm little hobby, you know? It's just, you put on some tunes, music, and just, I don't know, build. Yeah, it's a sandbox. You just do whatever you want, and that's just how it goes. No. I don't really get bored of it. I mean, back then, I wasn't really too in tune with the idea of making a creative world and all that jazz, but, then I was working on this resource pack that you see right here with all the sound effects. And in fact, let me go ahead and grab a cow for a second. And check this out. So that sound you hear, that little pan hitting, part of my resource pack. Unfortunately, I'm not going to actually update it with that because I don't know if I can use that sound. But every other thing that I have in this resource pack that looks all electronic and sounds electronic, I implemented all the stuff, all the textures and all that jazz. And while I was working on it, I decided to make a nice little world to showcase all of it. So, like I said, I wasn't really too into creative mode, but, whenever I was working on this resource pack, I was like, yeah, I want to showcase it with something. So, I decided to make this, and no, I've just been enjoying it, just messing around, making my own little, I guess, little stories that's just going on in the background. For example, you have this village here that I just kind of create a little drought out of petty reasons. Don't remember why, but just a little funny, silly thing. You also have this weird little structure. Don't know why I made it, but it was fun. And for one of my showcases of the one more latest updates, oh, sorry, maybe I should enter the actual stream to actually see these things in live because it keeps disconnecting. So I made it. Yeah, I made these things. Yeah, I don't think these are too amazing builds. I've seen a lot better stuff. But yeah, no, I made all this stuff. Well, I don't know if you count this area. I just kind of destroyed it and then renovated it for a little archery range. No, but what about you? You don't really indulge in the creative worlds. Oh, resource pack, yeah. Yeah, actually, I can show everything. Ooh, it's gonna be unfortunate. Give me a second. Let me take away this, let me take away this, let me take away that, let me take away that. And this is just to show the raw, everything. Yeah. So, everything you see now that's different with the game, I made. All this stuff and all that jazz. So, even the sound effects. All made. It's either made by something I actually created or just collaged together and then implemented, thinking it would be very fitting to the theme. So. Code. No, well, I know a smidge bit of it, the un poquito of it. I'm so sorry. But, yeah, no, barely anything. Very much. I plan on making a mod, to add on to this whole theming of archery. Because that's the main reason why I started all this, is because this bow right here, basically, was making a archery resource pack. And afterwards, decided I want to make more, so end up just making a QE expansion, which is just anything I wanted it to be, which also includes these little particles. All that jazz. But no, I do have plans for coding though, just not at the moment. But I have some really fun ideas for that. I was explaining in the last stream, but what I plan is these goggles, I guess, and you put them on, and they're supposed to help you with archery. You know, I love the bow, but you know, you put it on, and immediately starts this game mode where you know it highlights a block, and then you're supposed to you know just shoot it, and then it reselects onto another block, and then you know it just keeps going infinitely. So, yeah. Yeah, thanks. No, I recommend it though, if you ever like doing it. There's a lot of fun stuff that you can just do. How did it go again? I don't remember. I think this. Probably. Yeah, no, I love bows, man. I love bows. Ever since was like a wee little lad, you know, I just love the bow. Not even just in Minecraft, just in general. Always loved the bow. Heck, instead of like Black Ops 2 and all that jazz, I just loved using the crossbow, you know? People hated it too because I was actually pretty decent at it. And yeah, I guess that's like what started everything with guess this. Cause yeah, no, I just like the aim of things, you know. It's a good feel. And yeah. But beyond that, what else can I show? Yeah. This world doesn't just hold a place for what's it called? For showcasing, but it also in general has just been about experimentation in general. And just messing around. Here's another example of just me screwing around. I was really bored, so I decided, yeah, I'm just gonna go into survival mode, just start digging. You know, start digging and using these blocks and just making these weird spires, I guess. Also made this massive hole here. TNT, all that jazz, classic. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, man. Or mage. I don't know. Either or. But yeah, definitely probably mage. Or archery. Or archer and all that jazz, yeah. And you know, I always forget about this, but I also have this little makeshift iffy little course for the elytra. Yeah. Good. It's horrible actually. It sucks. But it's good. It's funny and fun at the same time. I'm lost. Oh, found it. What else? Yeah. Originally this was supposed to be 2 buildings, but then or 1 building, and then I just made it 2 instead. What happened? Close range? Huh. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. The whole holding a broadsword and all that jazz. Guess it doesn't really click. I guess I'm all about just moving around and taking aim. I guess, yeah. I mean, what about you? If you were stuck in all that situation, what would you choose? Just gonna throw that out there as a question. And here, I decided to make an entire structure and a little background stuff and a little lore that you would only see for just a few seconds as I just pass it by without acknowledging it. All for that little area. And this it was fun working on the resource pack, making all this stuff. definitely good fun. And as things concluded, decided that the way things conclude is that I kind of move on from the area, except I don't actually. But, you know, thematically and on the idea of, you know, the resource pack being finished. Best survival? Yeah. Definitely. Speaking of which, it reminds me of, what are those? Flails. Right, flails. Yeah. I wonder what a practical application. Oh, it's pretty obvious, you know, it's ball with the spike onto a chain, you know, good amount of momentum and all that jazz, but there's be some cases where weapons just don't get used. For instance, you know, you got the nunchucks, which are apparently like one of the most impractical weapons. But yeah. So yeah, thematically, this entire sequence is all about me moving on from the resource pack because, you know, it's finished. It is a fully fledged out resource pack. You know, it's done. I don't need to work on it anymore. But you know, if I ever wanted to come back to it, I could totally keep adding to it. Do I watch anime? Yeah, no. I used to. I don't watch it anymore. I'm too lazy to pirate. Way too lazy to pirate. I can tell you my top 5 though, and I assume you probably won't know it. Do you? Hey, in fact, you know, I'm gonna pull up the top 5 right now. Forgetting about it. And here. Here we are. Alright, let's see if you know these. You have Origeru, or Oregeru. You have Sayonara Zetsubo Sensei. You have Baka to Test, or Testo. You have Hana Monogatari, Hana Monogatari. And you have Setokai Yakuin Domo. And if I were to spell those things out, let's see if I can do that well. So there's the first one. And Setokai. Yep, and that'd be it. So, here's my little top 5. Mostly know them by English names. Alright, let's see. Origeru? No idea, but something called like Snafu. You have Goodbye Despair Teacher, and then you have Stupid and Test. You have Hana Monogatari, which is Hana Monogatari, and you have Setokai Yakuin Domo, which I don't know. But it's a very, what's it called? Risque humor type of dealio. Similar to like Panty and Stocking, if you know that one. Except not as, raunchy or something. No, it's just more about the puns. Yeah, there's the titles. Go ahead. while you do that, I'll go ahead and look at this thing right over here. My friend actually just sent me. Cool little story, and it's raining. Let me just... Oh yeah, that's gonna be a good one. Anyway. Let me go back to the and see. There we are. Bro, you should probably take a screenshot. And you know what? I'll make a countdown for it. Alright. Yeah? Interesting how so. Only seen the first one. Oh, nice. Yeah, no, it's oh, it's a great one. Still haven't finished it. Because every single time I try to, unfortunately, I only make like through season 1 and a little bit of season 2. I know I don't need to keep rewatching it just to see the last season, but I feel obliged. And also, I really enjoy the characters. Real fun story. Real fun story. Real. My goodness. That's so real. You know, all these different characters, I'm thinking so many different options. Unfortunately, you already know which one's going to win. It's like, man. And of course, you know, I look at the community for a bunch of all this stuff, just to see what other people think. And, you know, they're saying, yeah, it's because, you know, it's... That one chick is like the person who really fits him and actually understands him, and the other people like wouldn't really vibe. It's like, fair enough, I guess, fair enough. It's like still a shame though, you know, that these other people wouldn't work. Well, I hope at least something good happens to the teacher though. Because as you know, with how that goes. Very lonely individual she seems to be. Oh, and this area right here is supposed to be, I don't know if you were here to see it, but an office building. There's someone inside, the place to go. Anyway, so destroyed this area, excavated it, because I am working on a, what's it called? A cityscape. Just for the background. So, yeah. Yeah, that's kind of the whole entire purpose of the stream. It's just making this little area. Don't know how much progress I'm going to be making. Probably not too much. But yeah, this area in general is supposed to be, you know, just in case I want to make... Am I though? I don't know. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, it's quite a bit. But, I don't know. I feel like I'd have to disagree after seeing, like, any other person's, builds. Because, I don't know. They've really got their stuff going for them. And, well, I'm proud of this. It's cool. I like it. But, yeah, no. There's, some crazy builders out there. I think so. I appreciate it. Also decided to not go full scale with a cityscape because I really doubt I could actually do that, and I don't know how to build a skyscraper. I ought to see how that goes. Oh, okay, well thanks for stopping by, and yeah, good luck. Work. Hope things go well. Have a good rest and all that jazz. Yeah, see you, man. Now then. Oh man, I need more sleep. Anyhow. Let's see here. Yeah, I sure would like myself a cool little desk. And since these have recently been added, and I think they look okay, let me just place that over here, I guess. Yeah, the real decision is whether I don't think I'm gonna use this side. Not like it's any real different from these other sides, but yeah, I don't know. I'm tied between this side or not that one, this one. Look at that view. This one. I mean, you got the portal there. You even got a little river, more gray or something. Definitely good diversity with the colors going on, rather than just green and a little bit of gray because of the resource pack. Not my resource pack. Let's see. Haven't like aligned. Oh, it is. Surprisingly. Well. Yeah, this one. Alright, sorry, gonna have to move you again. Alright. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Sure, here. Oh, even has symmetry. Ain't that nice? Look at that. A proper desk. Whoops. Proper desk. And how do I appear? look okay. I really need to make a change to the character. Everyone keeps reinterpreting it to like some glasses. I can assure you, they are in fact not glasses. They are goggles. But at this point, I really should make them glasses because it would be a lot more fitting than if they were goggles. They are, but you know, point case. Yeah, definitely. Well, anyhow, let's see here. Ooh, you know what? I got an idea. No, I don't. Maybe I do. So, here's because how do these look? Sure. Well, yeah, I don't know. But I was thinking, because you know, no, get this out of here. I think it's definitely going to be a place where I just kind of wide view, kind of looking at a. Let me show it. Whoops. So it's going to be something along the lines of maybe this kind of view. Yeah. Obviously, you know, standing, good background. You get to see a good chunk of everything. And then, you know, if I want to show something, maybe I could either do some cinematic walking, but, you know, maybe it turns over to this area instead, similar to, it's like, you know, we're going to transition to Michael over here, who has the weather, you know, that kind of dealio. But, you know, maybe there's some sort of screen to be displayed right here. Or I could do a really funny, tacky thing, and instead I could put a straight up actual green screen right outside. I could. I really could. I could do anything, you know. Yeah, I'll put that on hold for now. I'm moving you again. Go here. What's it called? Yeah. Oh, right. Let's see. And I ought to ask, what's the purpose of this area then? I think it's just for my own amusement then. Which, you know, totally fair, and this is my own creative world. You know, some of these satisfactions don't even have to apply to anything else. But still a funny thing. That being said, I ought to question what kind of thing I'm going to go for, because I was thinking, you know, maybe have 2 strips of road, you know, with the classic yellow dotted lines, you know. Not a one-way, but, you know, we got two ways. You know, one 2-way here, and then the other 2-way there. And I guess some middle portion for some reason. I don't know. Or I could go with one that is just straight up a road. Or get rid of the road entirely, because screw it. I like walking. So what if I create the ideal and just make a walkable area, you know? Ain't that nice? But the big goal, though, is I think I want to make a skyscraper that kind of scrapes the sky a little bit. I think here's probably too much. I think here's good. No, I'm joking. On both. First, I want to actually see how far I can go up. Give me a sec. Ooh, our choices for this little thing. Yeah, this one. Because I'm thinking, you know, maybe I do want to make one massive little, almost Citadel-inspired, Citadel from Half-Life 2 inspired tower that really does scrape the sky. I am surprised how far up this can go. It's still going. Huh. Okay. Okay. It's still going. And you know, world, you can stop at any time, you know. You just, if you just tell me to stop. It's a little too much cheese, but whatever. Yeah! Yeah! Maybe I could do something. I don't know. I really didn't expect it to go this far up. I didn't think they really expanded the world limit this high up. Yeah. Well, let's see. You can't even see the top of it, which makes it cooler, of course. But do I want to do that? And what are the dimensions of this place, too? Because even if I were to, you ought to question how much space is it going to take up, otherwise it's just going to be like a, what? 8x8 building. And it's like, that's not too impressive. You want to make it to almost like this kind of scale. Like the top of that area and that kind of perimeter, except, you know, full expanded. All the way up. But, you know, you ought to question, do you wanna though? You know, because I'm still flying up. And I don't see the top of this yet. I still don't see the, oh hey. But, yeah. Oh, it's up to me to decide on that. I think for now, the best idea I got, though, is... Well, let's see. Okay. Cool. What? Okay, that's 20 blocks, and wow, this calculator app. Man, that seems really slow. So 20 blocks. And then from 44. Right, 44. And where's the backspace button? That's the most inconvenient place where you could put the backspace button. Okay, so from 44 to 24, 20. Okay, so it's 20 by 20. Just had to check, you know. Always, what's it called? Wait. Hold on. Thinking. Yeah, always measure twice before cutting. Oh. But yeah. So, not too bad. Not too bad. Funny thing is, these are actual stuff that I use. These are all props. Every single one of these things. Well, no, these are actual stuff. Okay, never mind. But in the meanwhile, I don't have absorption anymore. Or no, it was saturation. Let's see. 20 by 20 building. But it wouldn't be a full square either. It'd probably be just simple circle if I know how to make one, which I don't, so I ought to figure that out because I don't know how to make circles in this game. Yeah, it's not a circle. Going the wrong way, it's over here. Yeah, don't mind me taking the cinematic route. Now there used to be a command block. Four. I said 4, didn't I? So yeah, I guess a few small buildings, one massive building that goes all the way to a world limit. Which, yeah, I'm down for that. I've done that plenty of times. Yeah. Do that on top. You know, one thing I'm thinking about is the material of these buildings, because as much as I would love to make them all concrete and all that, which I totally could, let me look at them. Look at these. Huh. I don't know, this just looks like snow. And with the resource pack on, it looks like some sort of material that looks like concrete. Straight up looks like snow. Every single time I'm thinking about concretes, I always feel like some sort of odd material. Nice. Figure out how to use them. They don't have too many. I guess it's because they don't really have many textures, so you almost think of them as something that's used almost sparingly for very specific circumstances, such as like floor. And all that jazz. It could be used for the floor, but because another issue I'm having is the fact how I don't want to flatten this area out totally, you know, especially because I don't have world edit and I'm too lazy to actually use the real commands. Because I'm too lazy. And I think it would be interesting, you know, story-wise, just a funny little think about this whole, just, you know, so abruptly. It's not even like a smooth land where it tries to look anywhere natural. It's just like, yeah, let's just destroy this entire area right here and then just place a city. Just a little miniature city right there. You know, it's just like that. Just very blunt in a sense. But yeah. I think it is mainly because what's it called? The concrete. It's very smooth. Like concrete. But what's it called? And thus, you know, for a material that's supposed to be for, well, let's see, or let me see. See what other people have done with concrete itself. Huh. Okay. A lot of people are using concrete for modern looking houses, mainly modern houses. Once again, because it looks really smooth. Concrete. But it's also funny because, you know, concrete's typically associated with that brutalist architecture type stuff, you know? Then you have this one Minecraft How to Make Concrete, which, you know, has this house. A really old looking house, basically, that's in a modern architectural style, but with wool. Gray wool, for some reason. I like it. Good. So, what am I to use then? And do I want it to be the most bland and boring thing imaginable, or do I want this to be a lively city? Surprisingly lively city. I think I do want to make a surprisingly lively city. Yeah. Because if we're talking about making dull-looking cities, I'm already kind of done that twice, except not really. You know, you have the office building, and then you have the thingamabob over there. Oh yeah, I still have this. Yes. I think what I could do is modern with the, yeah. So mainly a lot of
stone with a lot of concrete as a combination. So what I'm thinking is this. Get this right. Check it. There is a city in Texas, or maybe it's a city. I don't know. But, you know, something I think about is I took this photo there, and it was really nice because of how it particularly looked. It was a sign. I don't remember what sign it was, but it looked nice though. And you know, I had that little what's it called? The material that was there, that glossy thing, plastic. I don't know what it was. Maybe it's plastic. I don't know how it's created. I'm not an architect. It's something like this, except, you know, a lot more extended outwards. And since this resource pack is the thing I'm using, exactly the green thing for me. Probably more so this, right? Yeah. But yeah, to contrast it though. Oh, hold on, let me see what this looks like without the resource pack. Still gonna use the resource pack, but I'm just checking. Yeah, look at that. It's something along those lines. In general, you know, you can do a little outline of these things, add some flair to it, except be a little bit different because the texture is all just one note. What can I do for that? How would this look? I don't know. But I'm seeing it though. I'm seeing something with this. Yeah. Threw something away. Smooth stone. So is there something that looks equivalent, or should I just delete all the concrete? Because it doesn't look bad, don't get me wrong, but maybe I should just delete the concretes in this resource pack. Because, you know, for instance, you know, you got the book and quill. That's lovely. Oh, hey. Land in advance by a few months. No, I've been holding on to that for a while. Yeah, if I delete the resource, the concrete from the resource pack, then I can then have the smooth look to it, and not only that, but also that plasticky, glossy look, you know. And it's right over here. This is the resource pack that I really enjoy, but also there's a few things that are unfortunately outdated, and I don't think they've updated it recently, or maybe they have. but I don't mind it too much. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't look too bad either, but it just looks really industrial. Too industrial. Where, unfortunately, I don't know if I have anything that replicates this plasticky, glossy look, unless we're talking resin, but resin looks ugly as crap. And I don't know what the practical application of resin is, because it looks ugly as crap. Now, if anyone has any ideas of how you use resin, please go ahead and tell me, but as far as I'm aware, it looks ugly as crap. Hey, it's colorful though. Still ugly as crap though, but you know. You got the glazed stuff, and you have just concrete powders, and then you have concretes that looks like concrete. So good for that, I guess. And you have the terracottas, which looks like a bunch of crumbled stuff for some reason. Tell you what, let's do that right now. So, get this right. I have resource packs. Where are you? Here. Okay, so I'm going to take this one, go here, go documents. Don't know where else. Let me delete this. Hold on. Give me a second. Hey. Give me a second. But until then, let me give you something to work with. So let me go for color. Sure. That? Yeah, that's a cool color, right?
Trigger warning.
Yeah, just enjoy this for a second. I'll be back. Okay, and back. So, yeah, sorry about that. Also, if you heard any of that one video that I was quickly playing before I exited, for explanation, very quickly, it was a video from one of the Geometry Dash creators, Akun, or just Akun, and what's it called? I don't know what that is about. Apparently, it's just some sort of random Twitter drama that's going on, and he's just addressing things to clarify. And I ought to just say that's why you should just stay away from Twitter itself, because yeah, apparently he's been accused of things and just a whole load of baloney. Because it's Twitter, and especially Geometry Dash Twitter. Place you go if you want to see drama for no reason. So yeah, you just dropped an entire 2-hour video and just basically, well, according to him, addressing everything. And for those who are on YouTube, there's nothing going on, and that's one big indicator that really there's nothing happening in general, because this is really just centralized on Twitter. Thus, it's a whole load of nothing, likely. And I don't know, whatever stuff they were expecting he's addressing, apparently. Anyway, that's someone completely different. That's a different thing going on. Don't use Twitter. If you have Twitter, I recommend you delete Twitter and your account. Delete your account first, then Twitter. Or do both. Just delete Twitter and your account. Yep, do it. Your life will feel a lot better. In fact, let me check this out. I don't know the context of that. It was just one of the videos I saved. Anyway. Check, yeah. So I can paste this here. And then I will extract here. Then I will delete this. So, yeah. And I don't know what is up with the fusion and all that stuff. I'm always confused about it. And how this stuff works. Seemingly everything is fine, so I don't need to worry about it. Seemingly I don't have to worry about that either. So I just need to focus on assets, Minecraft, and then textures, and then block, and then I find whatever I'm looking for, which is right, concrete. Yeah, concrete. Who don't like concrete? Am I right? Alright, anyway. That's cool. Anyway. And then we go and we find ourselves with, what's it called? I don't remember. Wait, terracotta. There we go. And we're not going for glazed, because glazed, honestly, I probably prefer these ones, because they just kind of look better. The other ones are more weirdly abstract looking. You know what? Fine. Why not? Let's just do it. You know what I mean? I'm going to miss these. But it has to be done. Anyway. So now I go back to documents, back to you, and I grab these. And then I, what's it called? Yeah. Cool. cut this because it's supposed to be here. I'll take it all the way to get rid of that. Go over here, go here, go way over here, and then paste. Oh, right. Cool. And it didn't actually replace anything. Actually, just making a different folder entirely. Doesn't replace it. So now that is all done and dealt with. So get this right. Check it. It's not done yet. Hold on. Here we go. Go down, and then go down again. Go down again, and then more. All right, check it, yo. Look at it. 9. Ignore the top of it, though. Hold on. Light gray? What are you doing with light gray? Now that should fix it. Hopefully. Then I can press it again. Then screw it. Take it. But back in, and then when out. And back in. No, haven't applied it yet, so don't know if it's actually how it would look. Second. Oops. Here we go. Look at that. Now we've got concrete. Normal looking concrete. Perfect. Look at that. Look at that concrete. Oh, peculiar. Anyway, so now we've got concrete in the game, so that's interesting. And yeah. Add a little bit more. Well, now it's gonna add stuff. Put some resin in there. Yeah, just gotta add some texture in there. Add right here, I guess. Yeah, look at that. Yeah. And then like do the same thing over here. Sell the illusion. But I'm not agreeing, so I'm actually gonna make all sides of a building because I like the idea of full completion, all angles. Unless I were not to do that, then that's a different story. Then I make an exception. Concept. Let me put that resin away. It's very important. We'll come back to it later. But for now, we're gonna not actually make one complete build from all angles. It's just a test a little thing, which is not exactly what I have no exceptions I'm really doing. Here, yeah, why not? Franklin, throw you here, throw you here. Gulp. Alright, check it, yo. Look at that, it looks like a cube. Well, a rectangle. Sick stuff. And to also make it look a little bit better, Whoops. Alright, cool. I've now made rectangle. No brand rectangle. Of course, wood is placed without entrance. Nice. Sample building. Look at that. looks flippin' ugly. Yeah, I gotta figure this out. But it's something like that, you know, spanning the entire cross of this area. Except this area is gonna be like big old building. I want a big old building, you know. 'Cause that's the area. So let me just bam, there we go. Yup. Okay, cool. So, you know, that's that. Let me just put this in my my book and quill. Big, tall, scraper. That's not how you scraper. That's not how you spell it. Scraper. Scrapper. Skyscraper. Scraper. Yeah. I don't know. The font makes it weird. It just doesn't look like it should be spelled that way. But yeah, big tall skyscraper. 20 by 20 circle. Separate these yeah, clearly. Use sample building as concept for what to make for city. There we go. I'm gonna put my big ol' book and quill away. And yeah, okay. I think I want them a little bit larger though, a lot more lively. I think I also want maybe a house. I don't know. Feel like I just needed it to be more vibrant, you know? I needed it to feel more lively, and we have thinking. Wait. Banners, right? We got banners. So let me grab a few banners, and this place looks like it'd be nice for some red. So look at that, you got red, and imagine that they have letters on them, but I'm too lazy to do that. So just imagine that they do have those. And then let's say they have a painting. I'm not gonna make a painting though, so just imagine that they make a painting. Yeah, something like that. The part of the resource pack. Okay, well that's nice, but okay. Well, no. Well, is this a 4x4? No. Ah, look what you did. Ah, man, that's fine. Whatever. Yeah, that's good enough, I guess. I don't even know what this is, but it looks cool, I suppose. And let me toss that aside. Let me grab this crap and sure. Let's make the name like this instead. And let's have this pop out with some cool colors, I guess. Imagine that this had a name. Now that looks a little more vibrant. Yeah. Now that looks a lot more vibrant right there. Need to do something about these, but I don't know what to do about them. Probably the fact how they don't typically have that, do they? You know, typically they would have something a lot better, such as, why is this dark? Such as wool. We know we love wool. So let's go ahead and grab a wool, and let's say it's red and some magenta, I think, maybe. I'm not too sure. Let me put this away. It's very important. I'll come back to that later. Like the resin block. Line it up with some magenta. Yeah, and let's just make this look a lot more cool, I guess. Or something, I don't know. Oh, yup. Nice, look at that. That looks stupid. It doesn't fit the color palette because it's more like pizza colors. Get out of here, you failed me. Or did I fail myself? Okay, so it's more like pizza colors, so more like it's... There we go. Let's put like this. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess. Sure. Yeah, look at that. Now it looks a lot more lively. I really need to go into the city again so then I can actually look at what these things look like. Alright. Well, that's that. Yeah. Let's take a look inside. Wow. Wow. That is magical. I created this. I made this. Not the tree that I'm looking at. I made the inside of this. Wow. So anyway. It's not that amazing, actually. So... yeah, that's the idea. Oh! You know what? Get this right. Check it. Instead, it goes by an elevation. So, instead of it just being a plain old wacky-tacky flippin' boring flatland cityscape, frick that. What if I put it up a notch literally? You know? Check it, yo. You gotta climb, you gotta walk more up some stairs, and then you have an entire line of areas. Maybe you have a restaurant. Ideas! Hold on. Let me bring on my book and quill real quick. Yeah. Now that is a cool idea. And ledge elevation. Now that is a pretty cool idea. I like the idea. I think it's pretty cool. I guess one thing is that I'm trying to make this a lively looking city and have a one massive tower for no reason. It's all coming together right now. It's coming to me. I'm thinking. The brain is circulating with a bunch of flippin' neutrons. Oh, I think. No. Wait. Neurons? Not neutrons. Sorry. Well. Yeah, it's neurons, definitely. But neutrons, though. Yeah, I mean, maybe. Probably, right? Sorry, it's been a while since I've learned about such subjects. But, I mean, hey, we're composed of this stuff, ain't it? So, yeah. Gas neutrons, right? I don't know, you can correct me if I'm wrong on that one. It's not my subject. It's been too long. But, ooh, and you know what? Maybe you can go underground and there's a mall! I'm flipping. I'm smart. Give me a second. Underground mall. Nice. Well, I think that's on. Yeah, I think I'm pretty calm and composed about this. I think I'm very content with what I have here. Well then, with all that very much done, I'm gonna leave it here, and I'm gonna keep working on it, and maybe I'll keep streaming about it. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But more importantly, to anyone who's watching, thank you. I don't know if anyone is, but that don't matter. Well, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, if anyone's watching, thank you. And if anyone's watching the VOD, thank you as well. Goodbye.